What's happening, y'all? Told y'all I was gonna get back out here today. Get back out here and get these pounds off. See, you know if he can do it, I can. Pop's out there getting it. Anyway, so I wanted to sort of change speeds today. Today I want to talk about, one of the things I want to talk about is just because somebody in your life is good people doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for you. Just because they're kind, just because they're loving and giving and all of these things that we have historically been taught, doesn't necessarily mean that they're good for you. How you doing? So I believe, and I've been noticing in my life, you gotta listen to your spirit. You gotta get quiet and feel what the Most High is trying to tell you. And a lot of times we get in relationships or friendships that don't feel good to us and that are not good for us because that person hasn't done anything wrong, or because we know that they're good people. And what I'm here to tell you in my own personal experience is that just because someone is good people doesn't mean that they're good for you, or maybe they may just not be the person for you, or maybe they were good for that season in your life. I remember one time I was in a really, really long relationship, and this magnificent person came along, and I really believe that, in meditation and looking back on that relationship, she was coming out of a bad relationship, a very bad relationship. I'm actually gonna make a movie about what happened to her. And I was coming out of this long-lasting relationship, and from the day that I met that person,
Hey, man.
What's up, brother? Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Be careful out there. Don't break nothing, dog. Before I met that person, it was really hard for me to get over the person I was in that long-lasting relationship with. And from the day I met that person, I never thought about her again. It wasn't that I didn't care, but I really think she was sent to me to help me transition out of that relationship. And I think I did the same for her. But I honestly think that's all that we were meant to do for each other in the present time. It doesn't necessarily mean that we won't get back together. You know what I'm saying? And but the thing that I really want to tell you guys about is, a lot of times when we doubt and we're trying to figure out if that person is good for us, a lot of times we're being selfish. A lot of times we're dragging these relationships on and on, trying to figure out what we want, but we forget that we're holding up that person's process. They could be married, especially men, because a lot of times, we don't have the same pressures that women have in a lot of cases, especially when you're at my age. If a woman hasn't had a child, or if she really, really want to get married, and we sitting around playing, a lot of times we holding up people opportunity to catch what they're supposed to catch in their life, and we're so caught up into ourselves that we forget that we're being selfish. And that's something that I'm trying to work on, because I find myself sometimes being selfish, not purposely, but because I'm encapsulated in my own problems, and and I'm only thinking about myself, and I turn around and look, I've wasted other people's time and other people's emotions. So, if you really care about somebody and sometimes you're not sure, sometimes it's better just to let them go. Because if they're yours, it's nothing that they can do or you can do about it. So don't be selfish, because I've been a very selfish person. Just think about that. I'm not this relationship guru, but I did want to pass that on to you guys. It's just think about that. Something else I want to talk to you guys about is being humble. Not in the sense of having a humble spirit. I don't believe in being humble in the sense of acting like a slave. I don't believe that. I mean just in the way that you handle situations, not necessarily in the way that you act. No, let me rephrase that. I'll say be thoughtful. That's what I say, because I don't like the word humble. I think humble is for slaves. But be thoughtful in all of your actions. What I'm finding out in my life, and this has been coming back, hitting me in my face so many times, is that a lot of times, because someone has done us wrong, we think that gives us an opportunity to go to go all out. Now, I do believe that from a physical standpoint, if you decide to do something, I believe it need to be a show, so won't nobody do nothing to you ever again. But something happened to me yesterday, and I had an opportunity to just not say anything at all. And I think I took it too far. And what ends up happening is you end up putting yourself in a position when you don't think. Like when your ego turns on, you're not watching your environment. You're not watching the things that are going on around you. Like, especially if you're in a power position. If you're in the power position, you don't have to say nothing. You don't have to acknowledge anything. Like if you got, or if you are the person that has the things that people are coming to and coming for, then don't say nothing. You don't have to answer it. A lot of times it's ego, and I'm learning to acknowledge my ego. Cause it's definitely there. How you doing, love? Good. Get it then. She said, I'm trying. There's one other thing I want to talk to y'all about really quick. Something that my therapist taught me about. She told me that your thoughts are like a bus. Like, let's say if you have a fear, right? Something that you really, really fear, or anger, or whatever word you want to use to fit into this scenario. She said, like, if fear comes along and you standing at the bus stop, well, she asked me, she was like, if you're standing at the bus stop and the bus comes along, but you don't get on that bus, what is the bus going to do? The bus is going to leave, right? So she said it's the same thing in life. When fear comes along, it's like a bus with an advertisement on it, big ass bus that has fear on the side of it. You make the choice to get on that bus or not. So she told me, she was like, when it's coming down, you acknowledge that the bus is there, but you make the choice whether to get on it or not. You know what I'm saying? You make the choice. So, and I even took it even further. I said, like, imagine if somebody dies that you really love. That's sort of like the bus hitting you. Okay, the bus hit you, you bleeding and bones are broken. Well, you could just lay there until you heal, but you still don't have to get on that bus. you still don't have to take that ride. Acknowledge that it's there, acknowledge how it feels, but don't get on the bus. And that has helped me so very much in life, you know, when certain things come along. And my biggest problem, y'all, is my anger. I have a clinical anger problem. You know, that's one of the reasons why they call me David Banner, and that's one of the things that I fight the most is just my anger and not allowing people to control me through my anger. So a lot of times, you know, I remember one time this dude walked up to me at the crib, and the dude said, "David Banner, I don't like you." And in my mind, I got angry. Like, what the fuck? As much as and ego start coming up, and all the shit that then I noticed I was saying I. Then I was like, no, watch this. I walked up to him and hugged him and whispered in his ear, "Oh, bruh, if you don't like me, stand in line, cause that motherfucker long." And I walked off, and he was just sitting there trembling. I don't even believe the motherfucker ever been hugged before. Most of these motherfuckers just want to hug, man. Hug the motherfuckers, man. You know, but that's my message today. You know, just try not to be selfish. Watch your ego, and don't get on that motherfucking bus. Again, you guys, the God Box, I'm finishing it up. Please support me. Yo, I got a surprise for y'all that's really dope. I wanted to thank everybody out there that supports the God Box and have supported the God Box. I got news back that regardless of what happened on iTunes, whenever we release the God Box, we have enough pre-orders now to rank. We'll probably be in the top 10, you know, when the God Box come out. Whenever I decide to drop it, we already have enough pre-orders. That don't mean that your ass don't go pre-order it. I see you, motherfucker. but we did it, y'all, and I thank y'all so much. And I ain't talking about Apple Music, motherfucker. I'm talking about you go buy my shit personally. Please. What? We did it. And I thank y'all. And I love y'all. Alright? Alright. I'm about to go knock this fat off my motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Wizzy. What's going on, Wizzy? I was talking about you a couple days ago, and I appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about? Wizzy, you see that I used what you told me to use. I've been doing better. And it's came into fruition, love. I appreciate you for all that you've done for me. You love me, Miss Dyson? How you know? How you know you love me? I have to warn you guys. I'm about to get so motherfucking sexy. It's about to be crazy around this bitch. I've been trying to give y'all an opportunity to do what you do, but it's about to be too late. I'm about to get to him. I ain't gonna fall off this time. Port Arthur, Texas. Thank you so very much. PATII. I really enjoyed it. I want to tell y'all something that was, it was a little sad, but you know, it's the truth. When I went and spoke in Port Arthur to the people in the school district to help give some suggestions about how they can handle our children better, especially black and brown children. And the place that I spoke at was the same place where they gave the ceremony to send Pimp C home. And the last time I was in Port Arthur, I was in that building. So it was crazy for me. And like I told all of the teachers before I started, that it's a little bit difficult for me because the last time I was in Port Arthur, I was in that building to send Chad home. And I don't know if y'all seen the documentary, but I want to tell y'all a little story that really, I wrote about it on the last album that Shannara put out for Pimp, but I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Make sure you support that album. It's really dope. But I'm gonna tell y'all this and then I'm gonna go, because I gotta keep my vibrations high. But I was in the studio at the time. I was living in Cali, and I forgot who I was producing, but I was in the studio on a Friday. I forgot what day it was, but I was in the studio and Chad called me, but you know, I was working. So, you know, since we were friends, I was like, I hit him back, whatever. And so I called him back after I left the studio a whole bunch of times. He never picked up. 2 days later, I heard he was dead. So I went back and checked that message that he left for me. And on that message, it was like, Banner man, I'm at LAX. Come pick your boy up, man. Come pick your boy up, man. And I didn't pick up that call. And what's crazy, that was right when I had lost that 56 pounds. And Pimp was moving to LA because he said, Banner man, I wanna make a change, bro. He was like, man, and he's like, man, I wanna lose weight too, man. These gals like you. He said, shh, don't tell nobody, man. I wanna come out there and work out with you, man. And I always think about that call because, you know, we always think as human beings, what if? Like I would have picked up that call that day. And so, you know, me going to Port Arthur, hopefully being able to help the town that he loved the most, you know, it was an honor to me. And I got to meet his daughter for the first time. She looked just like him. It was crazy, man. But yeah, keep your spirits up. My name is David Banner. I don't care what you think about me. Just think. I noticed something when I smile so hard now that my eyes be closed on most of my pictures because I smile like that. And I gotta open my eyes. But I love y'all. Y'all be good.